Yes, in 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to celebrate. Hello, my beautiful goddesses. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Goddess Temple Sunday. I am so glad that you are here, so blessed that you are here, so grateful that you are here. Come on into the room. Come into the room, come into the room, come into the room. Share this link. Come on, hit the share button, put some positivity on your timeline, because today we are talking about our spirit guides, who is out there wanting to connect with you. That's what we are talking about today. Yes, yay. Somebody say, hey, Ruby's mom. Hey. Hello, Goddess Shannon. Hello, Goddess Andrea. Hello, Goddess Latanda. Hello, family. Hello, Goddess Yadini. So glad that you are all here. Come into the room, come into the room, come into the room. Today we are talking, as I said, about spirit guides, And right before we came on, the reason why I was 60 seconds late, I am, as much as I talk about that linear time does not exist, I'm a stickler for linear time. We all got something, right? But 60 seconds before we came on, I was like, oh, I should put on one of the necklaces from my new upcoming collection. I've been talking about this Botanica that I am launching for you this year. I thought it would be by All Saints Day, which is in a couple days, tomorrow, November 1st, and then November 1st, Halloween, then November 1st. I thought it would be then, but no, it's going to be probably, hopefully by Gratitude Day, hopefully by Thanksgiving. And this is one of the necklaces that is going to be in my new shop. It's the sun, the tarot of the sun. I don't know if you can see it, but right before we came on, felt like, okay, I need to put that on. And so I listened. Yay, Goddess Shannon is here. Hello, Pop Erica. Hello, Lucilenia. Manny Mac, what's up? Okay, so grand magic, grand beauty, grand rising to everyone. Let's talk about your spirit guides. Are you in touch with your spirit guides? Are you aware of your spirit guides? Do you want to know more about your spirit guides? Let me know what your thoughts are on your spirit guides. Yes, it's a Botanica Plus, Goddess Erica. So it was starting out to be a Botanica because just when I am with my book and other tools that I give you, where I need you to access certain herbs and certain things that you couldn't find them universally. So I was like, okay, I'm going to create a Botanica that I know has ethically sourced ingredients and things that you need for your magic in your life. And then it ended up now being like even more, where it's going to have things like magic and sacred jewelry, and other things for your sacred practices. So Goddess Shannon says about her spirit guides, I want to know more. I know they're here. I want to feel them. I want to hear them more clearly. Goddess Shannon says, I want that magic. Type that into the comments. I love that. That is a powerful declaration. I want that magic. Yes, I want that magic. We desire that magic because we are that magic. Type that into the comments too. Hello, Goddess Sandra. I am that magic. Yes, I am that magic. For some reason, when you said that, I heard, because I just heard this like old Rick James song, and I heard it like, like the, how does it go? It's like, give me that stuff, that sweet, that funky stuff. Give me that magic, that sweet, that magic stuff. Yes, I want that magic stuff. Bring that magic. Not the Rick James kind of magic. Great ancestor Rick James. All love and respect to you. But that natural magic, give me that magic. I am that magic. I want that magic. I desire that magic because I am that magic. Let's get into some gratitude and get into this conversation, because I have all kinds of show and tell that I brought for you for today's sacred conversation that I'm feeling like I'm going to knock over with all this energy, and I just want to jump into it. Give it to me. Yes. All right, let's just come present into our beautiful bodies, come present into this beautiful moment, come present into this moment of joy, of laughter, of fun, of desire, of pleasure, of all things that are magical, that are sacred, that are powerful. Yes, your joy is spiritual. Your laughter is spiritual. Your pleasure is spiritual. You are spiritual, sacred, divine, and magical. So just come present into this moment, into your body, and breathe. Welcome in the power of breath. Yes, welcome in the power of breath. And now let's just connect with each other's energy around this beautiful global sister circle. This global circle, global goddesses, I see you. Whew. And let's just lean into the energy as we stretch around this big, beautiful globe of the goddesses to the left of us. Take her hand. Maybe she's in Las Vegas. What's up, sis, in Las Vegas? Hello. And let's lean into the energy of the goddesses to the right of us. Maybe they are in Ireland, like my cousin. Hello, Ireland. Okay, and let's just, I'm feeling the tingles. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Let's just bring it all together. Yes. And begin with Mother, Father, God. Thank you so very much for waking us up today. Thank you so very much for bringing us together for this sacred and joyous and joy-filled conversation. Thank you on your big, vast, beautiful planet that you have gifted us with, for blessing us to be able to find each other. Please continue to remind us that if we opened our eyes today, if you are within the sound of my voice, if we have claimed this day for our own by being present here, that our mission is not yet complete. And please continue to guide us. Please continue to keep us. Please continue to nudge us, grab us up by the scruff, and remind us at any moment in time where you would have us go, what you would have us do, what you would have us say, and to whom. And for this and so much more, we are so very grateful. And we say, Amen, Ashe. And so it is. In your name we say amen, ashe, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Amen, ashe, and so it is. Hello, my beautiful goddesses. I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that you are here. One of our goddesses says that she was saying she wanted to reach one of her sisters, connect with somebody, and then I said Vegas, that's where they are. Well, there we go. There we go. And so it is, goddesses. Shout out to Curacao. See you, Curacao. I haven't been to Curacao yet, but I'm glad that you are here. Okay, we are talking spirit guides. Hit the share button, put some positivity on your timeline, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. Our spirit guides are all around us, but oftentimes we are feeling like, okay, I need a connection with my spirit guides, or who is out there for me, or we're feeling alone, or we're feeling unguided. And so I thought that this was a really potent and powerful conversation. Those of you who are in mystery school in the Ancestor cohort, we have been working very deeply with healing ourselves and healing our ancestors and manifesting and working with our ancestors, which is really powerful. And our ancestors are one kind of key, majestic, and magical spirit guide. But there are several kinds of spirit guides that we're going to get into today. So there we have our ancestors, right? But we also have our ascended masters. So different practices work with different ascended masters. So people who work with Christ consciousness, that is an ascended master consciousness. There are different ascended masters. So that's the second kind of spirit guides. Then there are guardian angels. Now, this is called different in different cultures. So in the West African cultures that I come from, and that many of you come from, we have the Ori, the spirit of the head, or your chi, your own personal spirit. Depending on where you are from, there are many different terms and ways to address this guardian spirit, this guardian angel spirit, this spirit that is just for you. Energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. So when you transition, this energy is still a part of your consciousness. And if you choose to come back here again to the earth school, then a part of, and that consciousness, that energy returns with you. So that's why some people have like an old soul. Like I've told you, like people will say, about Ruby, like, that ain't no baby. That's not a baby. Because that energy has been here many, many times. That energetic spirit, that energetic energy. And in fact, someone who was talking to me recently, one of you here in this beautiful goddess circle, was asking me, this is part of the inspiration for this conversation, if she was like, that she had a miscarriage and she wanted to know if the child that she miscarried could in fact be one of her spirit guides, because she was still feeling this child very much with her and wanting to come through her. And she didn't know if, okay, well, was this child, developed enough to be a spirit guide, or could this child be a spirit guide? And we did a reading together. And as I told her before we even did the reading, absolutely. And in fact, I want to share with you that, had several miscarriages and was always in connection and in conversation with my beautiful goddess Ruby before she incarnated into this life. The date that the doctors all said, this baby's coming early, she's coming early, she's coming early, she's coming early, she's coming like more than a month early, she's gonna be here early. And I was in concert and in conversation with her, and I was like, no, baby, you gotta stay in there, you gotta cook, get all the things that you need. And then she ended up, there was one date that the apps were saying, and one date that was her original due date, and she was born on the date right in the middle, right? Like if you could come talk about time and linear time, right on, time in that way. So absolutely. Okay. So guardian angels, that's a third kind of spirit guide. And you can say ancestor, you can say, again, the language does not matter. We get so caught up in language. Language matters for certain things, the words that we speak, of course, but language itself is the vibration that is being read, and you are a whole vibration. Type that into the conversation. I am a whole vibration. I am a whole frequency right here. What? I'm a whole vibration. Yes. Yes, you are a whole vibration. You are a whole frequency. You are a whole magical, divine, manifesting entity all by yourself. And so you plus the spirit guides, ooh, that's just secret sauce right there. It's just secret sauce. Okay, so then we have number 4. And these are not in any order. So please note, these are not in any order. Just sharing them with you. So our Orisha, some people consider your Orisha, which could be, okay, again, depending on what practice you work with, deities, divine spirits. Again, the language varies depending on cultural affiliations. Language varies. So some people consider Orisha to be ancestral spirits. Again, that's why you can't get so caught up in categories and boxes. Boxes and categories were created by us as human beings, but are less important to divine entities. Why? Because you are a whole vibration. Because you are a whole spiritual snack over there. Because you are a whole frequency. Yes. I'm feeling silly today. Yes. So that is, so the Orisha or deities or entities that you work with, varies based on culture, are also another kind of spirit guide. And in most practices, there who have pantheism, who work with several different deities, there is one main god, right? One god force energy that is often too big and too expansive to be connected to just by human energy. And so then the Orisha, the deities, work as an in-between system. And these are very specific. I want to just be clear, even though I said it varies depending on culture, they're very specific. So it's not like you can say, okay, Orisha, you can't say like, Chinese Orishas. They're not Chinese Orishas. There are specific deities within specific Chinese spiritual practices that are key to them that are not the same as an Orisha. Okay, so you want to honor each and every spiritual practice and be aware of what is open and what is a closed system. Okay, all right. Then there are animal spirits, or depending on the tradition, some people say spirit animals. I prefer to say animal spirits, so that people don't think that we're talking about, just one tradition, or just the Native American or Amerindian traditions, because there are animal spirits throughout most traditions. For example, the Dogon people work with the sand fox. There are animal spirits throughout many different traditions. So animal spirits. And then along those lines, and I'm so excited to share this with you, because this is what I am working on with your new deck. Been working on your new deck, and the new book for you has been so I've got like all this energy just like channeling, rushing through me. So I'm excited to share some of it. And then the plant spirits. So just like there are spirits within animals, there are spirits within plants, living, breathing, growing plants. There's plant spirit energy. This is why many people say, and I believe this with my whole heart, that if a so-called weed sprouts up on your property, or a plant sprouts up on your property, or the way that my dad was growing sunflowers, as I was telling you, and the sunflower's been sprinkling seeds all around on the block. It's because if something sprouts up on your property, it's because that's something that you are in need of. You are in need of that. So right now I'm drinking some clove tea. Clove helps to open your consciousness, open your way, your psychic abilities, your psychic channels. It will work also if you take it in this way. Preferably you can do things the way that your ancestors did them, but also, you're here, you're a modern goddess living in this year, whatever time that you're watching this. And so things develop and expand, and there's evolution. So just allow that to be. Allow that to be. You are powerful beyond measure, just as you are. Type into the comments, just as I am, just as you are. Powerful beyond measure, just as you are. Just as you are. Yes? Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got plant spirits. And then there's otherworldly consciousness. So for all of my alien goddess chasers in the audience that talk to star beings and all of that, that's not a part of my personal spiritual practice, or something that, that I am aware of, that I have experienced, may have experienced and not been aware of it. But it's not something that I personally practice, but I'm not. You can't be so close to assume that just because you have not personally experienced something, that it hasn't been experienced by others. That's a very closed-minded Western way of thinking. Again, talking about the Dogon people, my Dogon ancestors must be like, okay, hey, tell my story, sing my song today. Talking about the Dogon people who were aware of the Sirius star before there were telescopes, and before science knew that it existed, because they said that beings came and spoke to them. So a lot of times, maybe if you're feeling the consciousness of an Orisha, it could be that Orisha started as a star being, as an otherworldly being. I don't know that. We don't know that, or maybe you do know that. Some people do. So an otherworldly consciousness could be a spirit guide. Okay. So those are 7 kinds of spiritual entities, spirit guides that you may work with. Let's get into some of the ways, that the reasons why you would want to work with your spirit guide to begin with. Because some people may be like, well, but why? You know, and some people, I've had this conversation before, and then people will put in the comments, like, this doesn't work for me. I'm just, I just want to just work with God. Then do that. Do that. Like, there's nothing in our spiritual practice that is mandatory. If there's a connection that works better for you, go do that. Side note, it's like when I told my cousin, that little Miss Ruby was coming into the world. And my cousin, he's my age, and he was like, I wouldn't want to be having a baby at this age. And I'm like, number one, who asked you? Number two, it's not mandatory. Don't. Right? Don't. Side note. So if this works for you, do it. If it does not work for you, don't do it. Like I said, with the otherworldly consciousness, and the way my life is set up, I'm here talking about otherworldly consciousness and how I haven't experienced it. Who knows what will happen after this conversation. But there are certain things that are for you, that are specific to you, and certain things that are not. And that is perfectly okay. It is perfectly okay. You have access to your ancestors. We all do. You have access to ascended master energy. We all do. You have access to your Ori or your Chi, your guardian angel energy. We all do. And so for you, that may be enough. That may be enough. Okay? Because we're talking about, yes, okay, the secret sauce, the vibration, all of that. It's your choice. Type into the comments, it's my choice. It's your choice. How you want to build a relationship with spirit. And that's what we're talking about. A relationship with spirit. You can work with your spirit guides to remove trauma, to heal trauma. You can work with your spirit guides to go back and heal generational and family trauma, or what we call generational curses. You can work with them to heal physical pain within your body, to accelerate a healing if you are needing a physical healing somewhere in your physical body. You can ask your guides, you can work with your guides in order to experience a physical healing. There's nothing that's too small. You can work with angels, call on angel consciousness if you lost something, you lost your keys and you're looking for them. That's not too small for them. It's not. We've had this conversation before where you'll say, well, I don't want to bother them. Aren't they busy? They're busy doing you. They're busy. They're waiting for, but they must be, like we watch TV or watch movies and the vampires, the old school vampires have to be invited in. They have to be invited in. They are waiting for you to be able to allow and receive, to be able to receive their guidance, receive what they're telling you. And a lot of times, of course, in a case of extreme emergency, they will intercede. I remember back in a long time ago, my brother had a car accident where he got hit by a Mack truck, and it was shortly after my grandfather had transitioned. And doctors and everybody was like, he must have had some angels with him, because he emerged from this car that was crunched up, that they had to use the jaws of life to remove him from. This accident was on the news, and he was totally fine. Totally fine. So they will intercede if it is an extreme emergency in certain cases, but for the everyday, they're waiting for you. Type into the comments, my spirit guides are waiting for me. Like, how beautiful. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. And often, like I said, they're the unseen hands, the ancestors, your spirit guides, the unseen hands, the way that, if you have a child, I know, like with my little one, she took some steps yesterday. She was walking, she's having words, she's experiencing life, and I'm like always like, we're moving things out of her way and everything, and she's not even aware of that. So they could be moving things out of your way and adjusting life for you to have a soft landing and a soft experience in ways that you're not even aware of. They can help you to find your purpose. They can help you to expand your consciousness, and to help you to, you can channel through them, channel their guidance in order to bring forward your creative vision, be it a blog, a website, a shop, a song, a story, a poem, a dance, whatever it is that is on your heart that you have been called to bring forward and bring forth. Okay? So you're creating this relationship. You must ask them for help. You have to allow and receive the guidance when they give it. You have to be in full gratitude. and be aware of some of the spiritual tools that you can use in order to connect with them. So it's kind of like, when we all, I don't know if you are aware of your love language. If you know your love language, just type it in the comments. I just want to just see something. My main one is words of affirmation. When we learn our love language, it's the way that we communicate, that love is best communicated to us. So we all have a love language with the universe, and that is how you receive guidance. So for some of us, it's what the clairs are. For some of us, it's clear audience, meaning that we hear guidance. Some of us, we're clairsentient, meaning that we feel it like, whoo, a download. Those who are also clear sentient, you know what I mean when I say that. Woof, it's just that woof, like it's just there, like you just feel it, or it just is like, okay, now you know something that you didn't know before, and there's no, it just dropped down in that way. There's clairvoyance, folks who see stuff. There is clear, let me see, clear audience, clear sentient, clear cognizant, it's clear knowing. Clear sentient is clear feeling. There's clear gustans, which means you taste things, which is very interesting. I haven't experienced that, but I've had you goddesses who have that clear gustans experience describe it for me. You can taste spirit energy around you. There's clear alliance, which I may be mispronouncing, which means, you have smelling. You can have that clear smell. We can smell when there's spirit energy around us, a perfume or something like that. So there are ways that spirit is trying to communicate with you specifically. And you can use tools, certainly like having an altar, a space where they are an altar or shrine energy where they can come, where that is a powerful way to be able to work with spirit, a powerful way to be able to work with the divine. This is what we mean when we say what I'm seeking is seeking you. You're seeking spirit. Spirit is seeking you, right? Spirit is seeking you. Type into the comments, spirit is seeking me. Spirit is seeking me. You can have pieces of, stone, things from the earth, work with the elements. So this is chrysocolla, which is very powerful. You can work with crystals. You can work with whatever works for you. You can work with jewelry or things that belonged to an ancestor or have been blessed by someone. That's why holy water can be a powerful conduit. You can work with nature. You can also work with pieces of so this is wood from the home where I was living with my daughter in Guyana, one of my ancestral lands. So you can have something like that, that is a conduit. It's not necessary, but it may help. It may help the way that, you can work with, you have a battery or a magnet. It may help. It may help. Okay. I would recommend you can ask them for their names if that's something that you're wanting to do. And the first name that comes to you is correct and accurate. It will feel to you when you're first doing this work like you're making it up. But you are not making it up. You're just receiving guidance in a way perhaps that you haven't before. You can journal or free write. Dreams are a powerful way to receive movement. That's why there's the whirling dervishes, or in Haiti where, they do the movements and the dances. Movement allows spirit to be able to enter you. Some people can do this through yoga, through various forms of meditation. Everything that we're talking about really is a form of meditation, whether you're walking, moving, whatever it is. Your breath connecting with spirit is always a meditation. Now how deep into trance you decide to go, that's another question. How deep into trance you allow yourself to go, that's another question. Some people, you will use drugs to go into altered states. Whether it's people who are using things like ayahuasca to go on a plant journey, or cacao, which is a much more gentler, much more gentle consciousness energy. We'll have some cacao also in my upcoming shop. This is all different ways to connect with spirit. And actually, I have a workshop next weekend. That's what the link on the screen is. I have a workshop that is next weekend with the College of Psychic Studies that I would love for you to come to. I can't wait to be there again in person. The College of Psychic Studies is in the UK, and I have a very close connection with them. I've done extensive work with them. This specific workshop is manifesting with the goddesses and ancestors, and it's less than $100. Please come if you can. If you can come do this workshop and we can go deep on this, because co-manifesting, us working together with the goddesses, with the ancestors, allowing spirit to speak through you and knowing how to manifest with them, to bring into consciousness with them, is really powerful. The link is, for those who are listening on the podcast, tinyurl.com/Abiola UK online. Abiola UK online. Abiola UK online. Somebody type it in the comments. tinyurl.com/Abiola UK online. So yeah, so those are, some of the things that you can do. I would say, if you're just starting out, you can just ask for a sign. And you can ask for a specific sign. Some folks are afraid to do that. So you can just ask for a sign, which, can show up in terms of music or show up on TV. It can show up as a cartoon character. It can show up in any kind of way, right? Or you can ask for a specific sign. You can do this before you go to bed. I know I'm throwing a lot at you. Okay, it's a lot. I know. But come to the workshop next week and we can break it all down. But yeah, you can ask for a color, like to dream a specific color. Or you can ask for, to see a feather, a white feather, a hot pink feather, something that you wouldn't think, okay, there's no way that they can get this to me. And you will suddenly see it, someone going by in a car or on TV, or, hear about it on a podcast, somebody talking about it. You can ask for a specific sign. There are all kinds of ways to work with them. One of my favorites, as you know, is using divination, card divination. But again, there's all kinds of divination for those who, this is me opening a book. For those of you who are new to this, who may be a little bit nervous, your grandmother most likely probably did some form of bibliomancy, which is, a lot of folks open the Bible for a lesson. That is divination. That's bibliomancy. There's all kinds of ways to be able to receive guidance from spirit, and talk about what our joint guidance is. I got this new deck of hip hop oracle cards, which I really like. They're a lot of fun. I've been just playing with them. And today I pulled Miss Foxy Brown, which she showed up with attitude. And Miss Foxy is bringing the energy, right? And I'm like, okay, let me go deeper and see let me pull a card from my deck to see, let's clarify what's she saying when she's saying attitude. What's she talking about? What's this attitude? And the energy I pulled from both my Womanifesting deck, and my African Goddess Rising deck, and both came up with the same message, which is having a voice, speaking up. And it's very interesting because, as I said, right now I'm working on my next deck of cards, or they're working on me, I should say. And I recently had the first time to visit the Hay House office. And so I'm very much, for more than at any other point in my life, feeling secure in my voice. Oh my gosh, feeling like I own my voice, and it feels good. Type into the comments. It feels good to feel good. It feels good to finally feel like, oh my God, I own my voice. I own my truth. I own myself. I own who I am and how I'm showing up. And it's because 99.99% of that is the voice of spirit, the voice of my guides, allowing myself to receive that guidance, allowing them to speak through me, allowing my ancestors to download the book African Goddess Initiation in my last deck, really broke something open within me. And so your ancestors have messages and guidance for you. Your ancestors, what you seek is seeking you. Your ancestors want to have a relationship with you. Your spirit guides, to bring it a little bit broader, want to have a relationship with you. And you can feel it in all kinds of different ways, like just, like the little fairy whispers or tingles you feel in your body. Yes, yes, Goddess Yolanda. Yes, Goddess Yolanda, prosperity. I love it. Yes, you feel it in different ways, again, depending on what your spiritual love language is. Goddess Shannon says, OMG, I just said that 99.9999% of me is not physical. I can't make this stuff up. No, we can't. And we don't. The beautiful thing is we don't need to. We don't need to. Oh my gosh. All right. So that was a lot of stuff. Come next week to this workshop. Please, I'm inviting you to come. It is going to be potent and powerful. tinyurl.com/Abiola UK online. Like I said, it's less than $100. When you go to the site, it's in pounds. I could be wrong, but I think it's 75 pounds, which I'm not sure how that's, depending on how that's translating, depending on where you live. I think that's around like 80 something dollars. But come to the workshop. What you are seeking is seeking you, and your spirit guides are seeking you, and let's make beautiful magic together. So I won't be here next Sunday because I will be at the workshop. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time next Sunday, November 6th. tinyurl.com/Abiola UK online. Are you receiving that today, goddesses? I love you too, beautiful brown queen, and Goddess Patricia, Goddess Linda, Goddess Alicia, Goddess Jamie, Goddess Joe, Spice. Yes, tears of joy. Are you receiving that today? Are you receiving that today? I know I am. Woo! Let me drink my water, my clove, and see what comes up. So, Bona goddesses, that means we see you. See you in the workshop.